Hello, hello. And we're back at it. Welcome to Comfy Husbandos bonus episode 3. And I am with my favorite special co-host, actually not co-host, my very special guest, Matt Fowler.
What's going on? Hey, happy to be here. Christian, just keeping the seat warm for you for a week.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
No, you're fine. You're just so excited. I could tell in your
Yeah,
eyes.
yeah. It's exciting. Yeah, like working. We've always talked about collabing on a project or something,
Mm-hmm.
and finally getting to do this is really awesome. So shout out Christian. Take more vacations, man.
Yeah, please do. I mean, no. Don't take any more vacations. Just enough to like make me want to miss you.
Distance does make the heart grow fonder, right?
And as of right now, my heart is 3 times as bigger since he's left.
Is that the only thing 3 times bigger?
Don't look at my crotch.
My eyes are here, sir.
Yeah, but your heart's down there.
But yeah, really excited to do the Comfy Husbandos pod. I've gotten to listen to some of you guys' work and just really hoping to just keep the energy up.
Yes, sir. So, like I said, this is our bonus episode 3. Unfortunately, we had missed our episode 3 last week due to you have your hand up, Mr. Fowler.
Yeah, Matt Fowler Henderson.
Mhm.
So, in the spirit of Star Wars,
Mhm.
Rogue One is kind of episode 3.5.
Yeah,
This is your Rogue One episode.
I can get behind that.
Yeah, well, I was hoping so. And
Yeah.
may the 4th be with everyone out there.
And by the time this is released, Revenge of the Fifth.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, Revenge of the 5th, but I like Revenge of the 6th, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that makes more sense to Revenge of the Fifth. The fifth, sixth. I mean, either one could work.
Yeah. I'm all for. I mean, you know me. The more revenge, the better.
Who's done you wrong in the past?
How much time we got? I'm kidding. It's a very short list because I write really small.
Is it on one hand or two?
Depends on the day, Sometimes it's double-sided, Yeah.
This is a small post-it note. Turn it over. Oh, one more time. It's like the Polar Express ticket. It keeps flipping it over.
Yeah.
Live, learn, murder. What?
Like DJ Khaled. And another.
Who hurt you? We don't have the time.
I don't know why in my mind I'm like, and I
will always love you.
We're gonna have to cut that. You're gonna lose a lot of viewers or a lot of listeners after that. They're gonna be like, oh shit, no.
No, this is the great energy. This is the energy that we need.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we're all right. So yeah, may the 4th be with everyone out there. And you want to get into it, or we've talked about this week. I'm gonna anytime I feel myself going down a rabbit hole, I'm setting like a 2-minute timer on my phone,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna go for that 2 minutes and then done. Much like anything else in life, 2 minutes and done.
You got things to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
I paid for an hour session. We're gonna do it for the next 58 minutes.
I'm only charging you for 2-minute sessions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Coupons.
It's kind of how much can you stand?
How much can you take?
Yes. Lowe's wallered us out, bud.
It's prepared us for quite a bit for our jobs here recently.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I mean, side note, that's just like what your first adult job should do is like train you for, hey, this world gets pretty dumb.
Without a doubt, like I've been prepared for mismatching of bosses, employees, and just general bullshit that's happened in life.
Yeah, you just gotta make more money as it goes, right? Like the stupider it is, the more, a dollar more here and there, right?
Oh yeah, the more you risk your life, the more money you should make.
Yeah, Yeah, but I'm pretty lazy, so you're saying I shouldn't make much money?
I'm in your house using your power. So who's really lazy here?
Hosting doesn't take much.
No, I can tell you're really excited to host or co-host for me.
Yeah. I had to reschedule an orgy, but whatever. You're invited to that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Shantae and Andrea are really upset with us now.
It happens. But hey, when you got the comfy husbandos, other stuff takes a back seat.
Thank you so much for believing in us.
Yeah. I mean, like I'm part of the Husbandos army that's gonna form one day.
I don't need an army. I just need like a small support group. Meets on every Wednesday, Thursday, about 5 to 7.
Is there steps in this? Like, hi, I'm so and so, and I'm a
No,
Husbandos.
yes. There's steps to this. Hi, my name is Torin. I'm a 5 years sober. I was addicted to sex a lot, and ever since I started listening to Comfy Husbandos, I've just generally just felt more better about myself, and I couldn't think of anything more better to do with my time. The amount of men, women, and sexual items I've gone through has been insane to me.
Have you ever watched the Wendell character on Key and Peele?
Is that the nerd collector guy?
Yeah, when he goes to the Sexaholics Anonymous.
Yeah.
It's like, hi, I'm Wendell, only doing tens. I like to get my sex on. That's all I was getting there. Like, and so the fact that you haven't seen that and still channeled that, like, hallelujah to you. Proud of you. Like,
thank you so much. I do my best to do the most nice and precious as possible of sex addicts.
Like, you're definitely going to be one of those, like, let's hear what the good-looking people have to say. Not you tonight, Jeremy. Not you tonight. Let's hear what Nadia and Lydia have to say. Got the Cool Whip back in the fridge for you. We can't run meetings. I could never run a meeting.
I've never run a meeting a day of my life, sir.
I barely do any running. Like, I haven't run in years. If I have to run, meetings for my life, anything, it's pretty well.
Oh, I'm not running for my life. I'm going to lay down and just go ahead and take it.
Yeah. So I've been told. I wasn't going to confirm or deny anything.
No. It's going to happen eventually. I might as well just get over with right now.
Fair.
I got things to do later.
Yeah, you do. The ratings are going to be so high from this episode because I'm going to be sitting doing the repeat. Like, I'm going to this is going to be my favorite of all time.
Is it because it's you or for both of us?
Yes. When Christian comes back, it's going to get kind of normal again.
Hey, my name is Christian. Yes, and so this is
us Monday through Friday.
Every day.
Yeah.
So once again, this is just a bonus episode just to fill in for our episode 3. This is our 2.5, 3-point episode. Like 3. You said?
5.
Yeah, 3.5.
Yeah, this is our Rogue One episode.
Heck yeah. So it's a little bit of off the rails to the normal introduction and going into the topics for today. We're just going to, actually topics today are going to be more MCU related.
Yeah. The MCU is kind of picking back up steam with like relevancy. Because, there for a while it was like, oh yeah, this Marvel movie's coming out. Because I don't want to downgrade any specific Marvel movie because I'm grateful for the content.
Yes.
Always. But, like, we used to go see, we went and saw Endgame, 3 times in theaters? And now it's hit kind of a lull of like, oh yeah, that movie's out.
Yeah, we're at the point of life to where we don't know what we want to see from. We do know what we want to see from the MCU. It's just how they're going to reignite that spark after the Infinity War saga.
Right. When you've been taken to the highest of highs with the emotional journey and the just all the promises were kept.
Yeah, like this is pretty much reintroducing Iron Man all over again, but with current existing characters.
And they've got more money to play with this time, and I think that's kind of the letdown factor of it.
Yeah, I could see that. Like from Phase 4 on to what I guess currently is it Phase 6?
You're better at the phases than me.
Phase 3 ended with Far From Home. Phase 4 was the introduction to the TV shows. So this is Phase 5 into Phase 6.
Yes.
So, like I said, Phase 1, 2, and 3 were the Infinity Sagas, which ended off with Endgame. So Phase 4 was kind of like the aftermath of it all, introducing the Disney Plus TV shows and seeing where all the current Avengers and members were at after the snaps.
Right. And I know we've talked about this before, but I remember Feige being like, the next few projects are going to show the effects of the Thanos snap, the Hulk snap, and then Tony's snap.
Yeah.
And that has not really been explored. In WandaVision, yes. Hawkeye a little bit.
Yeah.
With Yelena.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki for sure.
Yeah.
But outside of that, none of the movies truly set up anything.
No, I was really hoping that the shows would do what Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was going to do, kind of fill in the missing gaps between the movies.
And they did for the most part when they first came out. Like, WandaVision took place, it kicked off 3 weeks after Endgame.
Yes.
Falcon and Winter Soldier probably right around the same amount of time, same with Loki. Actually, Loki kind of kicked off during the middle of Endgame with the time heist. So for
with Loki getting booted from the sacred timeline.
No, hey, you're not supposed to be here.
Take your ticket.
Yeah. And then each one done with either being snapped or done with the loss of those who have been snapped for Hawkeye's case.
Yeah. And who, like, in real life as well as in the movies, who has the authority to say, get over it? It's been long enough.
Right.
Like we saw today, like when we saw the Thunderbolts. There's a character. I don't want to spoil anything.
Well, yeah, you're right. So today, like I said, we're going to talk about the Thunderbolt movie.
Yeah.
So it's going to be relatively spoiler free.
Yes.
Just for a heads up for anybody listening.
We can always go back in and like bleep stuff out. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you do that?
I try to go back in and do the least amount of editing as possible. I try to take out a lot of like silent moments that aren't like funny or a little bit of stutters.
There won't be any silent moments today.
Just a lot of heavy breathing.
I don't know if you guys can hear that. We just both did that at the same time.
God, we're so in sync.
There was some eye contact.
Thank God it's in live.
So do you come here often?
No.
Do you want to?
Yes.
Yeah. Not to spoil the rest of the episode, but we did go see the Thunderbolts, and only thing I was going to say is we're still seeing Yelena processing the loss of Natasha, as well as the rest of the Red Room too.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to get into it, let's run it.
Yeah. Do you want to go over real quick what we're going to talk about, or do you just want to go through?
Yeah, we can get into what we're going to talk about right quick, and then we'll jump into what Thunderbolts is about.
Okay. Yeah.
So the topics today we got going on are the Thunderbolts movie, Daredevil, Born Again, Andor. Anything else you want to add?
And then, let's see. Of course, I knew I should have had. Thunderbolts, Daredevil, and/or the Atom Project, which is a really neat DC comic property coming out right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get into Doomsday, the Fantastic Four, and just kind of absorbing the moment of Marvel.
Yeah, I think since I started this podcast, I haven't really said anything about Marvel too much.
Yeah, and right now it's a good moment to be a Marvel and a Star Wars fan. Ooh, and we can even talk about the Superman movie if you want.
Yeah, I'll be down for that.
We kind of glossed over that.
Yeah, I forget it's coming out, but I am really excited for it.
Yeah, we saw the trailer today,
Mhm.
and you and I both drew the same conclusions, kind of or similar, that this Superman, he reminds me of Christopher Reeves.
Yeah.
We don't need a bodybuilder Superman.
No.
We just need, Superman's a better character
Mm-hmm.
than he is he's a better person than he is a hero.
Yeah, I can see that. Like his personality characteristics are more those towards like what you should be good at. Like you are a good human being. Like your moral compass is always straight. And then for his powers, just his abilities alone, he's so powerful that his day-to-day like stopping normal criminals is very overpowered, unnecessary.
Yeah.
Then hey, let's talk this out real quick. And the life-threatening, like, hey, I'm gonna use 100% of my power to fight you.
Yeah, like Clark Kent would be a good person whether he had powers or not.
Yeah, that's true. But I do feel like Clark Kent is very mild-mannered.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I remember reading somewhere a few years back that like it was a comparison between Superman and the anime character All Might.
Uh-huh.
And for their human personas, Superman believes, not that he believes it, but the way he portrays human beings, just small, weak, frail, unnoticeable. And for All Might's human side, he's the same, but he still holds his chest up high and can still do what is right.
Kill Bill Volume 2.
Mm-hmm.
Bill goes into this monologue about Superman.
Yeah.
And not just like a monologue, but he's like, it's not particularly well drawn, but it goes into Superman is Superman, whether he has an S on his chest or not.
Right.
Peter Parker has to put on the suit to become Spider-Man.
Okay.
And he goes into and he's like, think about the elements of Clark Kent. He's meek. He mumbles. He's not sure of himself. And Bill says that is Superman's critique of the human race.
Yeah.
Like, that is how I have to be to fit in. But then Superman, is tall. It can leap tall buildings with a single bound.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Batman would rather be solving, like, world-ending diabolical crisis.
Yeah.
Superman just, like, he's cool stopping a train robbery. Superman is totally cool with getting cats out of trees.
No, real talk. That's fair.
Like Superman is just happy to help.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like Batman is like, well, GCPD can handle that, Only call, like, Batman wants to be the break in case of emergency, and Superman's just like, I'm a water hose to put out a fire. I can be the slip and slide, or I can put out a fire.
I can see that. Just the idea of knowing Superman's history of being born different from everybody else, and then having to hide that power growing up and just wanting to be useful for years up until, I guess, the upcoming of superheroes. You will want to be like, yeah, I'll do literally anything to make people like me or feel accepted.
Yeah, that's very good. Like, it's kind of like the library as a kid.
Yeah.
They have all these, like, events. Just come hang out. We'll let you have free pizza and soda. Hey, and if you bring something back late, it's only like a nickel. they're that just come hang out.
Mhm.
Like, it's a kid. And it's not Clark Kent. Clark Kent was like, yeah, I can hang out with people, but I got my chores to do first. He's Wayne. He's Wayne on Letterkenny.
Yeah.
Like, we can do whatever we want, but choring comes first.
No, real talk. Like he's a responsible friend.
Yeah. Yeah. And just, in every iteration, Jonathan, his dad, dies when he's like 19.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so he's like, well, I got to take on the Kent farm.
Right.
And I'm really excited for this Superman. James Gunn hasn't done any superhero adaptations wrong. I feel like I need to set the 2-minute timer for Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. All right, give me 2 minutes.
Hold on. Give me a sec.
I got it.
You get it?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, unless you got to do. So, Nathan Fillion has been Hal Jordan in cartoon movies. He's been Hal Jordan. He looks like Hal Jordan. He has that confidence of Hal Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Guy Gardner, the worst of all the Green Lanterns. Like, canonically, the Green Lanterns have all gathered and been like, hey, Gardner, yeah, you suck. Like, he didn't get much run because, he was a bully, and then the Ring found something good in him. Now, for anybody who's going to come at me, I've hit the highlights of Guy Gardner. Kyle Rayner all day, okay?
Mm.
But Guy Gardner's just like they don't like him. The Green Lanterns are like, yeah, call anybody but Gardner. Even the Justice League in the comics, like, hey, Guy, yeah, shut up. I didn't say anything. Yeah, I know. You were thinking about it, though.
Yeah. I want to say I was watching the Crisis on Infinite Earths, and it was
The animated?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was John and Hal, and I forgot who was talking to him, but they're like, "What? Isn't there like another Green Lantern you can talk to?" Nope. Nope.
No.
that guy's a piece of shit.
No. Like, think about this. In Justice League Unlimited, we saw Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner, and John Stewart.
Yeah. Which Kyle, he was the fifth Green Lantern.
5th or 6th, yeah.
Yeah. If you want to count, is it?
Alan Scott was the Golden Age.
Mm-hmm.
Silver Age. Yeah, and then, depending on what you read, Hal Jordan's been around for like 70 years or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Hal Jordan and Kyle Rayner all day. And I know I'm coming down to the end of the timer here. Ryan Reynolds should have been Kyle Rayner. He shouldn't have been Hal Jordan. So that's the first 2 minutes. Yeah.
2 minute rant about Green Lantern. Woo! I like it.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
And we're keeping the energy up.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to get into the Thunderbolts?
Yeah. So, went into this movie with low expectations. And I enjoy movies now when I do that because, like we talked about earlier, just with Endgame and Infinity War, you had some expectations there. Like, we've got to see... going into Endgame, I'm like, we got to see Hulk and Banner split. And they technically did that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, went into this with just kind of that, when I went in, when we saw Guardians of the Galaxy the first time, I'm like, dude, this is just going to be fun.
Yeah. Like, I think that Marvel movies have gotten to, like I said earlier, gotten to a point to where you have these high expectations for them and you want them to be co-joined to the next movie and they have to be box office hits.
Yeah.
I like my fiance's and my mom's approach to Marvel movies. Turn your brain off, watch it, get your own opinion, because there's too many people out there who have their own opinion on it, and it just kind of corrupts the way you think about it, even if it's a good movie.
Absolutely. Yeah. Form your own opinion. And then if you do have critiques of like, well, in the comics they did this, that's fine. You're always allowed to compare to the source material.
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of have to sit and say, the source material was the inspiration.
Yes.
If it was 100% like it, why would I go see the movie?
If it was 100% like it, we wouldn't have the movie we have now.
Right.
Actually, we would be like 20 years older if we had any of the movies the way they are now from the comics.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So we gotta wait another 20 years for Old Man Star Lord. I guarantee Chris Pratt would be down for it.
Oh yeah, the Wastelanders. Oh.
Yeah.
But
But yeah. So the Thunderbolts.
so
So we talked about like kind of predictions we had before.
Mhm.
You know, when we were sitting there. And some of them came true.
yeah, they're pretty much.
You know.
Let's see. So the Thunderbolts came out May 2nd,
Yeah.
2025.
Yeah.
So as of recording just 2 days ago. The movie's pretty much about a ragtag group of anti-heroes, secret agents, and the shadows of former heroes fighting for their lives and freedom.
Which, so we counted it up the other day.
Mm-hmm.
This iteration. Do you
Yeah.
want a piece?
Thank you.
I'm not saying anything. I was just.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
He just gave me a stick of 5 gum. Not sponsored.
Yeah, just be glad I didn't give you the all 5. Yeah.
All 5 inches?
Hell yeah. I'll do it twice.
Daddy.
So this iteration has Bucky,
Has Bucky, Yelena,
Yelena. Well,
which is White Widow.
yeah, but no, I'm talking about just from the super soldier aspect.
Oh, okay.
Bucky, U.S. Agent,
Mhm.
John Walker, Red Guardian,
Mm-hmm.
and then isn't there one more? Bob, kind of.
Bob, yeah.
So
He kind of got injected.
I mean, 4. It's like super soldiers, and then some really kick-ass people.
Yeah, which Red Guardian and Bucky have been super soldiers for over 90 years.
Yeah. That was fun. Like when he's like, "Yeah, when I did that, I was 90."
Yeah, like in John Walker, for spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen the Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show,
Yeah.
he got the serum probably from that point, maybe a year or 2 prior.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's fresh off the super soldier.
Yes. And you don't really see an adjustment period with that. Like Steve had an adjustment period.
Yeah, Walker was pretty much he was a veteran.
Yeah.
And, tasked to becoming the new Captain America, failed for reasons, and kind of became a U.S. agent type of deal.
Yeah.
Just working off the books.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's really interesting to see a regular civilian use the powers, in a sense. Like current age thinking super soldier.
Yeah. And to see him just go full ham hog into like, yeah, this is what we're going to do, America. And seeing Cap just be like, hold on, wait. Do we really need to be there? Do we not need to be there?
From the comics.
Well, from the movie, like with Civil War.
Right.
Like, if John Walker is in Civil War, he's like, give me them Accords. And Cap just takes the analytical approach on most things. Like, he takes the temperature of the room, and then he makes a decision.
Right. So the difference between the two that you're saying, Captain America Steve Rogers is more calm, cool, collected, very analytic about certain things, while U.S. Agent John Walker is more hot-tempered and ready to get things done at a moment's notice. More impulsive.
Yeah. It's like as soon as he gets a mission across his table,
Mm-hmm.
all right, I'm going.
Yeah.
Like in the Thunderbolts opening mission, just with a little more homework,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it could have been a more successful mission for John Walker.
Yeah. He was more in it for himself for the opening mission, but he was very willing to work together whenever things got tough.
Literally was the last one to get on board with anything, though.
That's fair.
He's like, no, it's not going to go like this. Well,
Yeah. Like, the entire time for the first mission, it was very much I'm going home after this. You two, tie yourself up. Don't worry about it.
Dude, he just kept giving his resume.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in every war-torn, blah, blah, on the face of the earth. I've done this, I've done that. Like, Cap never had to give his resume.
No, everybody knew who Captain America was. His reputation preceded him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The people had, by the time of Endgame, about 10 years with him.
Pretty much.
And he was living off the World War II reputation, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hell, not even that long. He's the first successful U.S. super soldier. Like, he got the serum, and it worked for him.
Yeah.
And he's the reason why even Red Guardian, Bucky, hell, even Walker have these abilities now.
But we also got to shout out Isaiah from Falcon Winter Soldier.
Yes. I want to say probably the first African American super soldier.
Yeah.
Though he got his super soldier serum in the most inhumane way possible.
Luke Cage way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kidnapped and tortured and hey, here you go. We got it. Now what? Just use them till you can't.
Yeah. It's hey, do you want the super soldier serum?
Isaiah Bradley.
You're going to. Yeah, Isaiah Bradley. Thank you. Yeah, good. Yeah. Shout out that character who's getting the light of day.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, he's 90. And we're not going to get... That character is going to have... If they're going to work with him anymore, they're going to have to be really interesting in how they deploy that character.
Yeah, I think in the Brave New World, they kind of used him pretty well up to their advantage. And I would like to say, seeing how all of the aging process of the super soldier serum really makes you think, like, Red Guardian has been alive from the moment he got it all up to this point. You see the grays in his hair. You know he's older, but he still has that young man mentality.
Yeah.
As for Bucky, even though he's 110 by this point, I want to say, he still looks pretty young, and that's just due to him being in frozen animation.
Right.
And that's the same for Steve.
When you notice, like, now I look at it, Bucky and Red Guardian have, like Red Guardian should be having Bucky's personality, and Bucky should have Red Guardian's.
That's fair.
In that, like, Red Guardian has that golden retriever energy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, from the comics, Bucky was a golden retriever.
Yeah.
I'm with you to the end of the line, Cap. Whereas he's like, can you just shut up and let me drive? That'd be great.
He has that old man just, I've done it enough.
Yeah. And spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen Brave New World, but, like, it feels like he's just doing the senator thing to just check off the box. Like, heck, I've done everything else. Why not do this?
That's extremely fair. Like, it could take it to the point of where he can work on the inside now and start doing it.
Yeah.
Like, he's been used so often in his life process that now he's just gotten to the point to where he can just do something better to help the next generation of heroes that he knows is going to come.
Okay. Also here, this isn't a rant or a tangent, but, like...
Do I need to set the timer?
No. But
Okay.
If you're Bucky,
Mm-hmm.
you're a congressman now, or a senator, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know Hydra's still out there.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you be trying to just hunt down Hydra? Because, Black Widow's gone now. Sam's kind of got a little more on his plate.
I feel like he's done enough in terms of trying to chase after ghosts.
Yeah.
Like, if I got murdered 3 times over, been frozen in spinning animation, brainwashed countless times, only awakened to murder or do whatever, refrozen again, I would feel like shit whenever I got my mind back and straight.
Yeah.
Like it was in Civil War. I wouldn't want to do anything. I just let me chill and just be to myself and slowly just get myself back to being a civilian.
That's fair. I just had an idea.
Yeah.
I'd like to see this Zemo, MCU Zemo, and Bucky, like, tracking down Hydra. Because, and that's really kind of funny because I know you had, like, previous iterations of the Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
And Zemo, as you informed me earlier, Zemo started the Thunderbolts
in the comics around the 80s, 90s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so, I don't want to spoil anything.
So, what are you wanting?
I wanted more Zemo in this.
We haven't seen Zemo since Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yeah, he's locked up in a raft per se.
Yeah, he's with Red Hulk and the leader now. Spoiler alert. There's a character who we thought was going to have a bigger part in today's movie. You could have swapped that character with Zemo.
Yeah, you could have. Yelena was really good in this movie.
Oh, she's phenomenal in everything. So we both noticed that, like, she put on the depression aesthetic.
Yeah. So the movie itself, we felt like, was a metaphor for depression and mental illness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Going back to what I said earlier about, like, this shouts of former heroes.
Yeah.
Like, everyone that's in the Thunderbolts asterisk.
Yeah.
They all, they are used to be or worked with heroes.
Uh-huh.
John Walker, U.S. agent, was Captain America until he wasn't. Like, so not even a few months into his term of being it. Bucky, Winter Soldier, he worked with Captain America back during World War II, right?
Yep.
And then, brainwashed and such. Yelena, which was Black Widow's sister, she's been doing this job working from the Red Room for so long that this is unfulfilling. Red Guardian, which is her father, it was supposed to be Russia's answer to Captain America, but since everything has cleared up over the years between the U.S. and Russia, that his role is not very important anymore.
Right.
And as for Ghost, she was just left in the crosshairs by an accident that happened to her when she was younger, and now she's gained somewhat control of her phasing abilities. But what can you do whenever you come out of your suit and you could disappear at a moment's notice?
Right.
So it's very hard to deal with that, especially and as well as Taskmaster, having been brainwashed and controlled to know all these superhero moves and used as a living weapon for years by your own father, and Bob.
Yeah.
Bob being experimented on. Yeah, Bob being Bob. He has quite the tragic past that we're not gonna.
Bobby.
Yeah, he does. So for seeing all these characters go through it all, the movie itself is really, really a big, talking point about depression, anxiety, and self-worth.
Yes, and just the thing that we all know, but we don't want to acknowledge, is that we need a community to survive.
Mm-hmm.
We need a team, a support system.
Yes, and even if it can come from the unlikely sources, as long as it helps benefit you in a more positive light, stick with it, go with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, just reinforcing that Guardians of the Galaxy, we're all here together.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, the Justice League Unlimited scene I told you about earlier, where, it was a good homage to we're all here, we're all pulling together in the same way. Yeah, I mean, and, the opening of the movie really starts with that. No, I've had it worse. No, I've had it worse. No, I've had it worse.
Yes.
And to attract a group of people who you've all been through the ringer.
Yeah, and you work together. You realize that, hey, we need each other, and you come together to defeat a common enemy, and it's the enemy that's inside of us.
Yeah, yeah. It kind of reminds me of that old saying, it's not the journey that changes us, it's the friends we made along the way, or something.
Mm-hmm.
For this level of an adversary, you wouldn't have thought this team could have done it.
No, and if you've seen the trailers, you have an idea who it could be, and just watching it, how they defeat the adversary, it's very different. There's no final fight. There's no big special move at the end. It's somber in a sense.
It's something as simple as a snap.
Yes.
You know, and it's not that like. It's literally like they learned a lesson. The lesson learned was the final fight.
Yeah, and it continues on for the rest of the film. Oh, yes.
Yeah, all the way to the credits.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do the credits. Hey, that post-credits scene. Woo-wee.
Which one?
The last one.
Oh, yeah, spoiler alert. There's two. Yeah.
Overall, I really enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, it was, like we talked about, it's the perfect metaphor for Marvel fans currently.
Yes, it acknowledges a lot of things that have happened in the MCU currently, with the lack of story and progression and the inaccountability of previous TV shows and movies.
Yes.
And I would say the misuse of particular characters. So with them acknowledging it without outright saying it, it helps it quite a bit.
Yeah, anything that people didn't like, they generally got rid of in this.
And how?
Yeah. I was kind of surprised.
Yeah.
Not one Nick Fury reference.
No. There's a character that is trying to become the Nick Fury.
Yeah. And, I mean, this character, I feel like it's kind of that Norman Osborn arc.
Yeah. They have their hand in the cookie jar in their house, in their kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. That's really good. Yeah. Yeah, but overall, I gave it a 7 out of 10 in my mind.
Oh yeah. And it's really hard for us to talk about the movie since it's so fresh.
Less David Harbour.
I really enjoyed him. He is my favorite.
That's fair.
He reminds us of a buddy of ours.
Yeah, he does.
If you're listening to this,
God,
we love you so much.
We love you. Yeah.
Don't
you're
get your
part of our
gloves.
family.
Oh. Don't get your gloves. Please don't.
Yeah, I saw the upgraded gloves this morning. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Oh, by the way, we had a really neat idea before the movie. They started showing the previews, like we talked about with Superman. Hollywood, if by some chance you're listening, let's just go ahead and get a crossover of the Jurassic Park and Fast and Furious franchises.
Yeah, so we saw a trailer for Jurassic World, A New Era.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't need any more Jurassic Park movies.
No, 8 movies to learn the lesson of don't make these bastards.
Don't make with them. Don't fuck with them. Leave them be, because they're nothing but trouble. And these humans in the trailers, from what it looks like, I guess they're trying to, get samples from the dinosaurs?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna...
get samples of things you already have samples of.
Yeah.
Like, they made every dinosaur.
Yeah, well, these are the ones that we couldn't take to the mainland.
It has me, if I were in that universe, I'd be a character praying for another meteor.
I just wouldn't be involved. Like, the moment they said, yeah, we're going back to that island full of dinosaurs, I
Kill
quit.
yourselves. Yeah.
Nope, I'm going home.
Yeah. But anyway, Hollywood, sorry. If you're listening, that's just one idea we're floating. It'll make money.
Oh, yeah.
And plus, I would love to hear Vin Diesel like, them dinosaurs, they don't eat families. And then just one of them eats the entire family.
Dom's gonna flinch on off the back of a stegosaurus.
Yeah. What's his wife's name? Letty. Yeah. You have Kurt Russell as Mr. Slate.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is Toretto?
Toretto doing fucking 180 off a dinosaur just ramping off into space. Yeah.
Ooh, wouldn't you love to see them barefoot in those cars trying to stop them? Like, no feet left, just ankles.
Oh, son, I'm just hearing Tyrese and Ludacris in my ear right now, just being pissed off. They're fucking up their shoes, scooting across this bitch.
Damn it, I got creases in my J's. Fuck. Luda ain't having that shit.
Hell no. But no, to kind of wrap up Thunderbolts, it's very action packed. There's a lot of dark and dry humor to it.
Yes, yeah. And you just really see that their struggles are common struggles.
Yeah. I think the film itself is set pretty dark. Like I said, it's very reminiscent of mental illness.
Yes.
I would like to watch it again to get more next to it, like more information on it.
Yeah. There's a scene that I swear was ripped right out of King of Black, and I was like, wow, if they can do a King in Black like that in live action, that'd be awesome.
We're supposed to get a King in Black, maybe soon, hopefully.
Yeah, Sony never breaks hearts or anything.
Look,
nice
no.
weather today.
Damn, look at you, Sky.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sony said that Noel's supposed to come back.
Heartbreaker.
Look, they didn't do it for Craven, so we got one more Spider-Man movie coming.
Yeah.
Well,
brand new day.
Yeah. So we got the brand new day. We have Doomsday, Secret Wars, and then the Beyond the Spider-Verse animated.
Yes.
So all of them that deal with the multiverse, we could potentially have a new threat.
Oh yeah, no, we are. Yeah. So like I shared that article with you the other day that they've had talks with the Kang actor.
Yeah. Majors.
Jonathan Majors.
Mm-hmm.
I'd kind of like to see him just come back and get killed off by Doom real quick.
I can see that.
That'd be, you'd have to trick him.
Yeah.
Much like I've tricked other actors into coming back and reprising roles just to be, exit stage left real quick there.
Yeah, I do like Daredevil Born Again. It's a really good TV show.
So yeah, we've got good things on the horizon for Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to get into Daredevil?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I finished Daredevil before you, a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Daredevil is the newest live action TV show from Disney Plus. It came out, the first episode actually released March 4th, and the last episode just finished off last Tuesday.
Yeah. Did we cover everything you wanted to about Thunderbolts?
We can go back to it later if need be.
Okay.
I think we got the characters down, the premise of the story.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Like I said, this is our Rogue One. It's two of us talking, essentially.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
And I've liked how we're talking so far. It's really fun.
It's really comfy, Husbando.
I'm your cozy daddy.
So you can fit my tall boy?
You're Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, that's right. All right.
Gonna learn today.
Them rookie numbers, you gotta bump those numbers out. Yeah. So mandatory Matthew McConaughey moment there. Ooh, I love the alliteration.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. But so Daredevil.
Daredevil Born Again.
Which I did not read the comic of that.
No, the comic, it feels a little bit different from the TV show.
Yes.
So the comic Daredevil Born Again is essentially a current page reveals Matt Murdock's identity as Daredevil to the world, and Kingpin goes to extract his revenge on him, much like how in the Civil War comic book, Spider-Man reveals his identity to the world, and all of his villains go after Mary J. and Aunt May. So for the Daredevil Born Again TV show, it's quite a little bit different. So the premise of it is Matt Murdock starting his life over from being Daredevil after the loss of a friend and dealing with the looming threat of Kingpin Wilson Fisk becoming mayor of New York City.
Yes.
And this is not the first Daredevil TV series.
No.
It's actually a follow-up to the Netflix 3 seasons Daredevil.
Yeah, it's a soft reboot in a way, or kind of a carry on, because they do pick up pretty much where
it picks up maybe, even though in the MCU timeline, it's been 6-7 years from Infinity War, the 5-year gap, to Endgame, and about a year to 2 years afterwards. But during the early phases of the MCU, actually phase 1, they started doing extra TV shows, and Daredevil was along the pioneers along with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes.
So the Netflix made 5 different shows: Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and The Defenders and The Punisher.
Yes.
All of which takes place in the MCU, but they weren't 100% connected. They didn't spin tells of like what were happening currently in it. The most that we get from all the shows were the Battle of New York, and then a few references to key iconic heroes as in Thor, Captain America.
Yeah, I think was it one show referenced Ultron or something?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, they referenced Sokovia.
Yes.
Yeah, and yeah.
So this show Daredevil kind of picks up the moniker, and actually Charlie Cox is Matt Murdock / Daredevil.
Yes.
And they've thankfully let him reprise his role as Daredevil for the MCU, bringing him in. He's actually been in a few shows, or not shows, but movies. One being Spider-Man No Way Home as Peter Parker's lawyer, and then he made a brief appearance in the TV show She-Hulk.
When he put the sheet, well, I mean,
he smashed.
He smashed. Yeah. When he had that cool looking suit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the yellow and red one?
Yes. Yeah, that I thought just looked weird as crap in the comics, but they pulled it. It's more gold in live action.
Yeah.
But I mean, who wouldn't want to do the shame walk in the gold Daredevil outfit? Yeah. Yeah. So this starts just action from the word go. First episode. Bang, bang. Daredevil Born Again.
Yes. No, it doesn't tell you rightfully that there's not a particular time period as to when it takes place, but you know it's after She-Hulk and Spider-Man.
Yes.
And like I said, Matt, Karen, and Foggy are enjoying their life together. Events happen that kind of kicks off the show. So a year later, that's when the show really takes off, and it follows more for Matt Murdock than the other characters.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, it really does change that tone from like Murdock and Company to this is Matt Murdock.
Yeah, so
which is so welcome.
It is.
Not to cut you.
No.
But like in the original, in the first series, you would get like 2 or 3 episodes dedicated to Foggy and Karen.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that there's paperwork that's going to be filed, and there's going to be some investigating done on their own. But like, you don't need 2-3 episodes to the supporting cast. Alfred doesn't get any airtime in Batman movies, you know?
No, but Batman, the Bat family, there's plenty of them to go around.
Sure, but they're all part of that Bat family. They're not the Alfred family.
Right. And I would say with
Not
the
to disagree with you too much. You know?
No, you're good. I mean, I like the aspect of a growing co-stars as well as the city building. Just to get more. We know the show's going to be about this superhero, this person.
Yeah.
But to know more about the world and see what's going to happen later on with those characters, I enjoy just the idea of it all.
Yeah.
It makes you feel more involved with the world.
Absolutely. It seems organic and real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, the Netflix, there's 3 seasons. There's, 13, 15 episodes to each season?
I want to say that, yeah. And so that was kind of the thing with this season.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be like 16 episodes.
That's what it was announced to be.
Yeah.
And it got trimmed down because the writer and actor strikes down to 9 episodes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And these 9 episodes, like I said, from the word go, they're all action packed. There's not a moment missed. I will say with the shorter run times of 9 episodes, and they're about 45 to an hour long.
Yeah.
Marvel kind of shoehorns a lot of stuff. Like they take out all the fluff and shoehorn a whole bunch of stuff in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, we know who Kingpin is.
Yes.
Kingpin is who he is.
I would like to point out that pretty much everybody from the original cast is brought back over.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. And then it does introduce a whole bunch of new characters.
Yeah. Yeah, like Cherry, and then the other cop who tells the joke to the bank robbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, and Team Fisk got some people to develop, too.
Yeah, normally from the original Netflix series, I guess spoilers if you haven't seen it.
Get out from under your rock if you haven't.
It's really good. Fisk is Kingpin, and it's literally a Kingpin for underground crime.
Yeah.
And most of his supporting cast are just local thugs running around. So for him to running for mayor and having a PR secretary that actually help him talk and actually have reprising roles instead of thug A, B, and C, it's really nice to see like those characters being developed and understanding and how they changed from episode 1 all the way to 9.
Yes, and he got his Wesley back, too. He got his right-hand man who can just be like, boy, it'd be really nice if, it'd be really nice if this would get done.
Oh, yeah. And
Wesley was the guy that Karen shot.
Oh, what was his name?
Wesley.
No, not Nat. And Born Again. Bleaksley?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And you just see, like, Wilson has this, like, it's like someone's reading your mind and going, like, hey, I'd really like a milkshake. You mean like an Oreo milkshake that's sitting right in front of you right now? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. I did enjoy, was that Michael Gandalf? Is that
Michael Gandolfini.
Yeah.
James Gandolfini's son. R.I.P. James Gandolfini.
Yeah, he plays Daniel Blake, which is like his understudy, essentially.
Yes, but then the guy I'm talking about is...
Buck.
Buck Cashman. Yeah, he's like, yes,
Yeah, what's the actor's name is Artie Franchen?
Sure, yeah.
Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm bad at names.
Yeah. But yeah, and then Michael Gandolfini's character, he is absolutely like Wilson looks at him and is like, you remind me of a younger man who became mayor one day.
Yeah, and he's like, boss, I do what I can, man.
He's like, I will go out and burn for you, Mr. Fisk.
Mm-hmm.
And you just can't help but look like, like I fully expect next year to see him with like a shaved head, just like Fisk, and he's gonna have his fucking $300 cufflinks, and
Yeah. For the entirety of the show, watching it, it's trying to keep it spoiler free as possible.
Sure, yeah.
The entire season, there's 3 different stories involved, but the overarching theme is vigilantism.
Yeah, and it takes a lot from our current world.
Yeah.
The writers have a lot of source material for today's world, with the thin blue line, and Kingpin's speeches remind me of a certain politician that we have pretty much on the daily news today. You know, if you just raise his voice up a few octaves, you know, from the "and never forget I love New York" to like maybe a "and never forget I love New York."
I have 0 stake in politics, but I would rather listen to Kingpin than that other guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know, the writers had to sit and just go, let's make this dude Trumpian. And so then you have that. You have dirty cops. You know, you just have these issues that are in society that get brought to light on this. You know, art imitates life.
Yeah, and I'll say for Kingpin in the show, Mayor Fisk, I should say, he does just that.
Yeah, don't call him Kingpin. He'll
crack my shit in half.
Yeah. He'll make him Rumpelstiltskin.
In the immortal words of Pookie, he got his Christmas hams for hams, man.
Who was it? All the King's men and couldn't put him back together. Rumpelstiltskin.
No, that's
no, Humpty Dumpty. Yeah, he will Humpty Dumpty your ass.
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scene was crazy.
My only real complaint with this season.
Ooh, before you get into that, I was going to finish my thought.
Go. Yeah, sorry.
No, just relating it back to current government affairs. You know, Kingpin comes in willing to fix and clean up New York City, and he does. There's a scene, small spoilers, but it doesn't have anything pertain to the major story. They're in traffic waiting for a meeting.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's like, what's going on? What's happening? Yeah. And they get out and see there's a pothole, and he gets out. His secretary trying to stop him. He's like, "Get off me!" He comes in. Everybody starts filming, and he doesn't yell at the construction site. He asks what's going on. The construction man tells him that we're waiting for a form to start digging and start refilling the holes. He said, "Well, I'm the mayor, and you have got my permission to go ahead and start filling in this hole. These lovely taxpayers, these are hardworking New Yorkians, and they need to go now. Yeah. We have to get here now." And he comes in and he fixes the problem. And as the story progresses, you see him slowly going back to being Wilson Fisk, Kingpin. Yeah. And it becomes more for the people. "Oh, I'm doing this to help you. I'm doing this for you. I am going to do this."
Yes, the evolution, and it's like first 3 episodes. He's like, for New York, doing it all for New York. The diner scene.
Yes,
that is one of my favorite diner scenes. Just heard you got shot in the face.
Yeah. The diner scene he's referring to is again, this is a year after everything had gone down, and Matt Murdock hears about Wilson becoming mayor, wanting to become mayor. So he does like a check-in on him. And small spoilers for the Netflix series Daredevil. But they both know each other's identities.
Oh, yeah.
And just, so. Fisk, what are you doing? What are you up to? And "No, I'm running for mayor." "Are you still doing your nightly deeds?" "Gave it up a long time ago, Fisky buddy."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it's that saying, "Are you still doing what you were doing?" He's like, "No, I'm fighting for the city." And it's that to relate this back. It's Batman and Ra's al Ghul. There's the mutual respect.
Yes.
Like they respect each other. They don't like each other. They respect each other. They get it.
No, and it's like that the entire show up until episode 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
you know, along with the vigilantism, it's pretty much a what can a vigilante do that a cop can't do?
Yeah. Yeah.
And, he gets results.
Well, the cops start getting results.
Boy, quick, fast, and hairy. There's a line. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say there's a line I wrote down that I enjoyed. It's very reminiscent of another line. Let's see if you can guess what the other line is.
Okay.
Fisk goes, "A dead hero is better than a live vigilante."
And it's supposed to remind me of another line?
A very infamous line from another Cape Crusader.
A dead hero
Mm-hmm.
is better than a live vigilante.
Mm-hmm.
So from Batman,
Mm-hmm.
it's not who you are that defines you, but what you do.
Not that one.
What is it?
The line is either you die
Die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain.
Yes, sir.
Ooh. I'm sorry. As soon as you said that, like, you started with you either, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Did you see the light bulb go off over my head?
Oh, that mouse was getting it.
Overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is some very good parallel lines there. I was gonna just say my one complaint about this season.
Yeah.
I want Frank Castle as the cowbell to me, and I want more Frank Castle.
I think we're gonna get more Frank Castle.
I need more Frank Castle.
Thank you, Mr. Walker.
Walken. Christopher Walken.
Oh.
Yeah. I need more Punisher. Like, I was really hoping he would just obliterate more dead cops, more bad cops.
The entire show, it's following Matt Murdock. It doesn't really follow Daredevil.
Right.
It's action-packed from a standpoint of talking. The action doesn't come until probably about episode 6 all the way on. And having Punisher show up in one of the episodes and actually do his job, do his thing.
He didn't recognize Matt Murdock.
No, he knew. He off rip. Yeah. He came in swinging full force.
Hey. And he's just like sniffing the air out to find Frank. Hey, you hadn't showered in 3 weeks, huh?
Fuck you, Red.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Like, fuck you, Red. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it when he's like, there's an emergency situation.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, Red, fucking hell's about to break loose. You don't got anything in this fucking apartment to make a cup of coffee, though. He's like, yeah, sorry, Frank. I didn't prepare for you. Like, the team was back.
Yeah, and I do like that the after that whole initial scene, the jumping off of the roof, that just kind of shows me how great Daredevil's senses aren't heightened.
And how much Frank really does trust him.
Yeah, like I don't know if I would jump off the roof of a dude I half like and hope to pray to God he saves my life.
Would you jump off a roof with me?
I mean, to the end of the line.
And then line, bud. Hey, just think, we get a couple weeks off work together.
How's your leg? I pull your plug, you pull my plug. My phone needs to be charged.
Deal. On 3, 1.
In the arms of an angel.
That you know why we had to do that, so that we wouldn't get copyright.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Our voices sound just like her.
Yeah. You know, I didn't picture any sad dogs either.
No, I picture a penny a day will save a dog's life.
Yeah.
That doesn't add up.
Look, as a kid, I thought you could just send them 17 cents a day.
Yeah.
I was like, that's easy. You'll find 17 cents on the sidewalk. I'll send you $0.25 a day. No, they want that in like a monthly or yearly installments.
Yeah, they broke it down to $30 a month. That's the TV ads that you should come on back in the day. Those were the original subscription services.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was like, I always said that if I give you money, like say the ASPCA,
yeah,
you take those commercials off my TV. I'll pay for that.
Yeah, no, I don't want to see commercials in between any of my shows. That hey, this show's going for 30 minutes. Yeah, 10 of that is going to be commercials.
What's the one where the guy, he's clearly like from America, he's got some weight on him, and he's like, if you'll send just 10 cents a day, little Nambia can get fresh water and fresh food every day. I'm like, dude, you
have the money.
You have the money there. Yeah, like take all the money it took to make this commercial. Like, it's a commercial too. They've got food on set.
Oh, without a doubt. Like, it's the old saying of like.
Should we set the 2 minutes here?
Nah, it's not much of a ranter.
Okay, sorry.
It's like it's like whenever you remember as a kid you wouldn't eat and your mom's like, there are starving kids in Africa who would die to have your meal.
Send it to them.
Yeah, go
Box
for
it
it.
up. Yeah.
It'll get there eventually.
Yeah, you spend the $30 and mail it to them.
Yeah,
I'll help you.
I think I remember reading somewhere that like all those kids and the dogs, they just like found them like, hey, throw some dirt on your face. You make you look sad.
Look, you can't fake the ribs though, man.
No, but
like
you know
you
how
can
long
see their ribs, but they got the like swelled stomach.
Prosthetics.
They're like, hey, swallow this pillow.
Those are your organs, buddy. Where's your heartbeat? Right there. Look, I know a few ladies that have a heartbeat for chests, and those kids in Africa, you didn't see their heartbeat.
Just stick them in the fridge a while. Slow that heart rate down. They get all walking like.
What's your best zombie impression?
Get this kid in front of a camera. Please, my village, we only have 13 coconuts for the year. You're not getting 14 out of me.
Guys, I think we cut a wrap here. Break for lunch? Yeah. Sir, can I have some?
Everybody go into your air-conditioned trailers. Not you! Hey, get back! Yeah!
No!
Get back under the hibachi tree.
Just sneaks in some food later.
I don't think there's a hibachi tree.
No, there's not. Those kids are actors. They're paid actors.
Oh, yeah. Like, go back under the fake palm tree we had flew in from wherever they get palm trees from.
Yeah, look, Warner Brothers, Disney, Fox, Universal, you make cities on a set.
Yeah.
You notice that the whole commercial is maybe 5 seconds of him walking through a little small trash village, and then everything else is a close-up of kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, just throw that box down, throw some newspaper around it. Perfect.
Hey, why don't you get that t-shirt and jeans off and throw a rug around your waist? But I just got this shirt and jeans. Yeah, did you hear what I said? You want to make $100? $100? No, 10. I said 10.
No.
Oh, you said the 100.
Yeah, make it 100 now, or I'm walking.
Yeah.
You know how to negotiate there, pal.
Yeah.
Well, which is better? I mean, not really better. Nowadays, we got those type of commercials in the form of like feel-good videos.
Yeah.
There was one I was watching. A guy was coming in and went to get a haircut, normal, paying for it. And the chick was like, "Oh, hey, take this broom. Okay, can you sweep up this one spot for me? I couldn't reach it." "Oh, yeah." So he goes, does that, and then he comes in, gets her haircut, and he goes to pay. She's like, "No, don't worry about it. It's free." "Oh, thanks so much." Like, yeah. And then when you like look back at the edit, he's depicting him as a homeless individual sweeping up stuff. You okay?
Yeah. I just got a big group chat.
Very good. And he's just like, "Oh, hey, this homeless guy came to my shop to get a free haircut, and I just want to make him look as good as possible."
Yeah.
I'm like, you fucking bitch. That was $40 I gave you. You're making $100-something off of this video.
I get the heart of it,
Mm-hmm.
but I get the money of it more.
Yeah, like these TikTok and Instagram stars are. Oh,
There's a thing I saw the other day.
yeah.
It's Bad Dad,
Mm-hmm.
like BADDAD.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, hey, he's at a barbecue restaurant. He's like, hey, how much is a plate of this? And he's like, $16.
Mm.
He's like, well, can I buy 1,000 of them? He's like, oh, what are you having, a class reunion or something? He's like, no, I'm going to go feed. And the dude's like, la 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 la. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, look, if I say no to this, or don't give them to you for free because you're doing something nice, I look like a jerk and and my business takes a hit.
Right.
He's like, so if I just say you 1,000 of them, and I don't ask what you do, who cares?
Yeah.
He's like, but I'm gonna go feed them, blah 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 blah. You know, and it's a spoof
Yeah.
of an influencer who's doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I don't want to give away stuff. I'll do it on a small scale.
Yeah.
Because the dude's like, yeah, if a homeless guy came in and wanted food, we'd just call the cops and run him off. But when you come in asking for 1,000 plates and you tell us you're doing charity with it, why, of course, we have to say yes, because who wants to be canceled when I'm barely making ends meet as is?
Yeah. No, if you're gonna buy 1,000 plates, you can tell me your reasoning all day long as to why you need these 1,000 plates. Hey, $18 a plate there, buddy. But it's for the homeless. You didn't come with no papers, no organization.
Yeah.
You have your buddy next to you holding your cell phone. You're paying 18 per plate.
Like, sorry, we just ran out of food.
So you didn't prepare for this. You just walked in with it. Yeah. You can get maybe 50 plates off of me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
If you want to really feed the homeless, come in about 2 weeks. We'll get you prepared.
Yeah. Put in a catering order.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give you a deal on it. You know, like.
Yeah, but until then.
Yeah. He just did this really cool, like, peace out, deuce out, salute.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Doing this right now with you feels so natural. It's like we're just part of this one being. Do you feel that way?
You know I do.
Oh, jeez.
It's been fun, Christian. You're going to sub in for me.
Just somewhere out there, you just hear a little.
Are we still friends, though?
Yes, we're always still friends, buddy. These are just jokes. But they're just jokes.
They're just jokes. They're not. Fingers crossed. Get out of my brain.
Rent
beautiful.
free.
Oh
shit.
God, I haven't had this much fun on a date in a long time.
You just recently went out with your dad, didn't you? Not as a date.
Jesus.
You like that transition? I love my pa. Me and my pa go do things.
Me and Daddy went to the shows the other night.
What show you and your pa watched? Do you watch another show about another man finding his daddy?
Not yet. I think it's gonna happen though.
Sound like that there Star Wars.
Yeah, it's them stars.
Mm.
Don't ask me when this show went to Alabama. I hope it comes back though.
Tell them about them Star Wars.
So, oh my God, hold on. I want to make sure. Did we cover all of our Daredevil? Fuck yeah, we did. Yeah.
No, you made me want to check this.
So, wholehearted hell. We didn't even talk about Muse.
We really didn't get into like the spoilers because it just finished, wrapped up.
So, for anyone who hasn't watched it, just in your mind, think of like the magic show where you got the guy spinning the plates on the sticks, and he's got like two in one hand, one in the other, and then all of a sudden, like he crosses them, and then all three plates end up on one stick, Like, it's three things going on at once that it all finally adds up at the end.
So what's referring to what I said earlier about the three stories kind of crammed into one. Each 3 episodes of the 9 have a different arc to them. So the first 3 arcs kicks off the vigilantes dealing with the trial of the White Tiger. The second arc deals with the murderous artist Muse. And then the Daredevil, but Deadpool reject.
Yeah. He's just all eyes.
There he is. And then the third arc, which is I believe episodes 7 to 9, wraps up with the Mayor Kingpin arc.
Yeah. Don't forget Adam.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Well, just there's so much in this season. Again, boo to the writer's strike. I was hoping for 16. So really, we got shorted 5, 6 episodes this year.
7. We got
7. So they need to add 7 more to whatever next year's going to be.
Yeah, there is going to be a season 2, and it's off with a pretty hype-worthy cliffhanger.
I do think this season ran 1 episode too long.
Yeah, that's fair.
Can I throw a dumb joke? I just got a dumb joke to me.
Go for it.
Why doesn't Winnie the Pooh wear shoes?
Why?
He prefers his bare feet.
That was your obligatory dad joke of the pod.
Oh, yeah.
Are you proud of yourself?
Kind of. I'm just
there you
sad
go.
I didn't come up with it on my own. It just came into me. I'm like, oh, hey.
Yeah. Just let you know, Matt is a walking dad joke thesaurus.
As long as I'm not a walking dad.
I can't help you there, buddy.
Well, for tax purposes, you could.
We can adopt one.
Yeah, we're adopting. I've always said I want to adopt a little Chinese baby. I'm not doing my own taxes.
No, but hey man, you can probably throw it out in the kitchen. Little Chinese baby, fix up some good food.
I'll throw you down in the kitchen.
And then do what? What are you gonna do to me? In great detail.
You got chocolate sauce.
Got the strawberries.
If not, you can make your own chocolate sauce.
I can make my own whipped cream too.
Extra frothy.
Ooh. But you and your dad went to go see Star Wars.
Yeah, so I've been telling people I got to time travel twice in this last this last week.
Mm-hmm.
So went with Dad. Let's see, on
It was last week, wasn't it?
last Friday or
Friday
last
or
Saturday.
Thursday. One of those.
Yeah, and got to see the Revenge of the Sith, the 20th anniversary re-release.
Mm-hmm. 25 years from Revenge of the Sith.
20.
20.
I was 10. We were 10.
Gotcha. So that is episode 3, correct?
Yep.
Of the early 2000s trilogy.
The prequels, yeah.
Prequels, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So for those of you who might not know, the Star Wars movies were kind of made backwards in a sense.
They were made how they were meant to be made.
Yeah. So for those of you like your dads and uncles might have grown up with Star Wars, aunts, moms, aunts, everybody who's probably about 40 plus years old grew up with Star Wars in the 70s.
Yeah.
Which was initially the original trilogy.
Yeah.
And then George Lucas, which is the creator and director of Star Wars, was he paid pretty handsomely to create another set of movies?
So, compared to what he made off the first 3,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I hold that he didn't want to do a 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
And the only evidence I have for that is that he created Jar Jar Binks. He's like, I'm going to create this. People are going to hate it. And, they're not going to see a kid Darth Vader. And nope. People ate it up.
Yeah. So the timeline goes in the 70s. It's 4, 5, and 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then the prequel series, which is 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
And then I would say from 2013 up until 2020, you had 6, 7, and 8. No.
7, 8,
7,
9.
8, 7, 8, 9. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
You're good. It's easier to think of it in threes.
Mm-hmm. So you went to go see episode 3.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Revenge of the Sith. Yes.
Yeah.
From the first note, just I mean, just tears hit my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is the music of my childhood.
Right.
I was 10 years old when went to the AMC theater where I went the first time.
Yeah.
We went with family friends who I have not talked to since then.
Damn.
And when you sit and you go, God, I wonder how they're doing. It's kick butt from the first moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's just when you aren't watching for the story now.
Yeah.
I've seen it 15, 20 times probably.
Mm.
But now you're watching to see what you haven't seen before. You're paying attention to the background. You're paying attention to the undertones.
Right. So for those who don't know, what is the story of episode 3, Return of the Sith?
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith.
So it's Revenge of the Sith, and then episode 6 is Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
So good way to think of it is Phantom, Clone Wars, Revenge, Hope, Empire, and then Revenge.
Okay.
And then we don't talk about 7, 8, and 9.
No.
So the story is Anakin is now this, 20-something-year-old Jedi Padawan.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the chosen one. But we don't tell him. We don't tell him that.
Yeah.
But we mention it anytime he's not in the room. So he, they have to go save the Chancellor. They have to go fight Grievous and Dooku. I'm sorry. It's been out 20 years. If it's a spoiler, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
And they set the final part of Palpatine's plan into action in that he has no apprentice now.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a power vacuum. And you just see Anakin just the whole time. He's just like, all right, look, I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, I've done that.
Mm-hmm.
Jedi Master Skywalker, who? It's just this whole, they're like, the Jedi are so antsy to get the war over with. And everyone's just tired of the war at that point.
Right.
They're
Which
like,
is the Clone War.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, we need to get the Clone Wars over with. We're just this close. It's just a little further.
Yeah.
And then you have the ultimate betrayal. You have just heartbreak and sadness.
Mm-hmm.
And you just see this relationship that was built over 2 other movies in about a 10-year span.
Mm-hmm.
Just crumble, collapse. And you have one of the coolest fight scenes. And then it sets one of the greatest stories ever told, episode 4.
Right.
I mean, it sets right up for it. And to sit and notice details and to just notice the plot and the dialogue and actually go, oh my God, he Palpatine was on him about the Jedi don't trust you. The Jedi, they're not trusting. No, the Jedi, you're not on the trust list, Anakin.
Yeah.
Just hit on. He uses you never had a father, did you? Uses that against him really hard.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that the Jedi Council, like I said, hey, you're on the council, but you're not recognized as a Grand Master.
I love Mace Windu,
mm-hmm.
But I mean, he pretty much when Anakin's in the room, he's like, "Sit down, idiot." When he's not in the room, he's like, Boy, that chosen one is really something, isn't he?
Yeah, like from the beginning, episode 1, Menace, he's been, kind of tagline as the chosen one, the one to bring balance to the universe. You're like, oh, okay, he's this all powerful being, and to be disrespected in a sense of that does not make you feel like you're the chosen one, that you are meant to do great things. And at the moment, not knowing he's the big bad, telling him, you can do better.
Yeah.
How can I do better? There are ways you can go about doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, he's like, I can save her. Like, I didn't even say anything about saving anybody. Like, he's like, have you heard the story of the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? And then he's like, what happened to him? I'm like, dude, it's not called the sunny side of retirement of Darth Plagueis the Wise. It's the tragedy.
Yeah.
What do you think happens to him? You think he wins the lottery and just, all right, see ya? No, he killed by his own apprentice. Like, it is kind of neat to see because, like, there's a point where you think, like, Sidious could be Gollum and Smeagol.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it's not like Norman Osborn.
Mm-hmm.
This like, oh, I'm the good one. I'm the bad one. Like, there is that point where you think it's like that, but no, it's just, go to the Mustafar system. Lord Vader will take care of you. And it's like, oh, you've just been the same dude the whole time.
No, without a doubt. Like, he showed his hand very on, but it's the third one.
Yeah. He
really pushes the envelope for it. And I think it really pushed it whenever, at the beginning of the movie, where Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi fight Count Dooku and get the upper hand, and Dooku's on his knees in between two lightsabers held by Anakin, scissor style. And, hey, the battle's over. You lost. Yeah. You just hear Palpatine in the background, or Senator...
do it.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. Do it.
And he...
Kill him. Yeah.
He decapitates him. Just like, oh, we don't do that as Jedi.
Yeah, just like that momentary, like, oh, whoa, hey, hold on. Like in that moment, if you're Dooku, how do you not go, buddy, you keep me alive, I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a former Jedi.
Yeah.
That didn't get me any street cred with you.
Yeah. No, like, this was a major hard-on for you, and you just sat there and watched me do this.
I mean, he cut off both hands, and then like that was like a mob style getting rid of a body.
Yeah, like after cutting off his hands, that would have been it for me. Like, hey, you can't wield a lightsaber anymore. Go to jail. You're going to jail.
Yeah. Or what if you just saw, like, Dooku knows it's over, and he just, like, throws himself out of a window? Like, to show, like, loyalty to Palpatine, kind of like in Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
You know how, like, season 1, they're like, we don't say his name.
Yeah.
I just heard that.
It echoes really bad.
It just sounds like the alien bursting through the chest. Yeah. Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtime gal. That's some Spaceballs.
Another Star Wars parody.
Yeah. But episode 3 was great. And then think about that. Like, so then went to the Evansville Philharmonic. Mm-hmm. They showed episode 4, A New Hope, and this orchestra played the score to the movie.
Yeah.
So think about that. From episode 3, we get Palpatine.
Yeah.
In episode 4, there is no Palpatine. They mention him, but they don't show him at all.
No, because like I said, that was the first movie to the Star Wars mythos.
Yeah.
And to be introduced to Luke Skywalker, and hearing these stories secondhand.
Yeah.
By Ben
Kenobi, yeah.
Ben Kenobi, yeah.
There's a really fun line. Like, so I've seen this one 15, 20 times.
Yeah.
And I started paying attention to the score, live orchestra, you hear a lot of oboe and a lot of French horn. I was really surprised.
Mm.
But you hear, like, by the way, I got this for my dad's birthday because we're both Star Wars fans, and his birthday's this month. And this is the first gift I've ever got him. He's like, man, that'd be really cool to go do. Like, let's do that. He was excited about it. And so, shout out, Dad. I'm really glad he liked it. But there's this really funny line, and I told you earlier.
Mm.
Obi-Wan hands Luke the lightsaber, and he says, "Yes, your father would have wanted you to have this. Your uncle wouldn't have. He probably thought you'd go on some damn fool mission with old Ben Kenobi." Then, like 3 minutes later, he's like, "Gonna need someone to kind of go to Alderaan with me, huh?" Like, oh, sounds like you're going on a damn full mission with Ben Kenobi.
Who's gonna tell him no? As if I remember correctly, they left for maybe 5 minutes and came back to a family barbecue.
Yeah, didn't they? Yeah. And so, yeah, that was really funny seeing, not funny, but like really interesting seeing like they're dead and he's just like, nothing holding me here now.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna go live my life, the destiny that I felt was calling for me.
Yeah. And part of me thinks that's the Skywalker thing.
No, I believe so. Like, there's always something going on, and actually, when we think about it, if I remember correctly, the destiny to bring balance to the universe actually kicked down from Anakin to Luke, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Anakin did, after a long while, he brought balance to the Force.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, you look at both the Skywalker kids.
Mm-hmm.
Leia and Luke both ascended to great power, great responsibility, great authority.
Yes.
You know, if Anakin had stayed on the good side, he probably, you know, one day he ascends to being the greatest Jedi ever known.
Yeah, I mean, he was still regarded as the greatest Jedi ever known. Mm-hmm. Whenever Ben Kenobi was talking to Luke about his father in the Clone Wars, he mentioned that his father was a great man, a great Jedi, and he was murdered by Darth Vader.
Yeah.
And, you know,
not
just...
a lie.
No, it's not. But just to know, again, 50 years old at this point,
mm-hmm.
we all know that Anakin Skywalker becomes Darth Vader.
Right.
So for Ben Kenobi to see them as two different people,
mm-hmm.
very heartwarming and very touching to know that he still believes in his friend.
Well, and that gives that much more credence to the Kenobi show.
Yes.
In that he was like, oh no, you didn't kill Anakin. Mm-hmm. I killed Anakin.
Yeah. So the Obi-Wan Kenobi show came out, I want to say
last year.
Was it last year or the year before? This is 2025 now. I was saying probably 2022. The Kenobi show came out, and it's a part of the Star Wars Renaissance that are filling in the gaps in between the major films. So the Obi-Wan Kenobi show follows Obi-Wan Kenobi.
2022.
2022. Thank you. It follows Obi-Wan Kenobi after the events of Episode 3.
Yeah.
He kind of isolates himself on Tatooine, and
mm-hmm.
looks after Luke.
Yep.
And
has the visions that one would have after you've cut your best friend in half.
Yeah.
And then gets called to. He has an emergency with Leia. Leia gets kidnapped.
Right. Which the two kids were never meant to meet.
No.
They were never meant to meet because even though Anakin was cut down, he was rebirthed as Darth Vader.
Mm-hmm.
And he was under the notion that Padme died and the kids died along with her in the womb. So any inkling of the kids' information was supposed to be kept secret.
Right.
Obi-Wan decided to stay near Luke to make sure everything was cool with him,
mm-hmm.
while
Bail Organa
took Leia and raised her as a princess.
Yeah.
And that's where obviously the moniker of Princess Leia comes from.
Right.
So then Kenobi show, he gets wind that someone had kidnapped Leia, so he goes after to save her, essentially.
Yeah.
And in that show, we get more information on how Obi-Wan felt after the fact of the fight, how, little details of him and Leia meeting for the first time, which should not have been, but, still.
Well, and you get he loved Padme.
Yeah.
He thought the world of Padme. He's like, I see her mother in her all the time. And
more in the sense of like a father-daughter type of deal.
Yeah. I mean, he knew what was going on with Padme and Anakin.
No, yeah, I would believe so.
There was something I saw the other day on Reddit, and it was Yoda is standing there. He sees Anakin and Padme locking lips.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, who didn't, I was like, Yoda just gave him the benefit of that. Like, dark the lights were. Begun the Clone Wars has. Doubt of the benefit was given. Like, don't be obvious about it. Because, remember, our boy Ben Kenobi, he also had a little love interest on Mandalore.
No, what was it? The Jedi code is you're supposed to give up like earthly possessions and
no
love?
possession, so think about that too. The last thing Obi-Wan says to him was, "I loved you, Anakin.
Mm-hmm.
You were my brother." So, in that way, he kind of broke his own code. He in his own way broke the Jedi code.
I feel like you have to if you raise somebody as a child all the way up to adulthood.
Yeah,
it's not going to be just well, good job there, kid. Gotta go.
Yeah,
like no, it's
love you. Have a good day at school.
Yeah, like you grow fond of this person. You want to make sure they grow and continue being part of your life, no matter how far they go.
And so, Obi-Wan loved Padme like a brother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
In that, like, he wants, the more she succeeds, the more Anakin will succeed.
Correct.
And just, you get, that's what I love. They've done such a good job exploring the time between 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
They've done a phenomenal job fleshing it out. And then with Mandalorian, they've also done a great job of fleshing out after Episode 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they give themselves a real way with Mandalorian and Grogu to really reinvent a new trilogy.
Yes, without a doubt. And enjoying the fact of seeing the behind the scenes of Order 66, which kicked off the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking to see because in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, you get one of the the Black sisters.
Mm-hmm.
She is a character that she was the
Night Sisters.
The Night Sisters.
Yeah.
Right. She was a Padawan,
mm-hmm.
and she saw the attack. It went down, and the only reason she survived is hiding among the dead bodies of her former friends.
You see that Order 66 scene. You see Grogu's memory of an Order 66 scene.
Mm-hmm.
There's someone who's edited all of them together.
Oh, so
and it's
just goes down.
And it's just heartbreaking. In that they were even from the video games,
mm-hmm.
from Jedi,
Fallen Order.
Yeah.
And
you just see they were totally taken aback. There's also a really good edit of that scene you were talking about where he's like, "Your father was one of the best pilots in the Star Galaxy, a cunning warrior and a good friend." And when he sits with his hand on his head and just thinks back, it shows the memories of him and Anakin.
Yeah.
And then when he it's called Obi-Wan has PTSD,
mm-hmm.
and it even goes into the fight scene where Vader and Obi-Wan fight.
Yeah.
And they're just going back and forth in the training sessions, which we've gotten more training sessions from Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it the Kenobi series?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Not with Luke, but I think with Leia.
No. Which show was it where it's Anakin and Obi-Wan and they're training? They show scenes of it. Is it Ahsoka? No.
No, it has to be through Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Because the character that plays Anakin came back to reprise his role.
Hayden Christensen. My heart is full for him.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't done much else.
Right.
Okay? I haven't seen him in much else. I'm sure he has. I haven't seen it.
Right.
But for him to come back after 20 years and just, you see, he gets all the love from the fans. He gets the standing O's. He gets his roses.
Yeah.
And that's a guy that just, he gave his all to this role. He will forever, when he goes one day, Darth Vader died today. Anakin Skywalker died today. And he holds a much higher place in my heart than, like, Daniel Radcliffe. No disrespect to Daniel Radcliffe, but, like, he walked away at the top of the game as Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Come back 20 years later, and he's just, it's just, he fell right back in love with it, and he has so much passion for it. That was really neat. At the start of Revenge of the Sith,
yeah,
they have him come on screen, and he's like, "Thank you to the fans. You guys are the greatest. You know, enjoy the Anakin's fall." And because, you know, that's paid the bills for him.
Oh, without a doubt. Like,
and he has all the gratitude in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And he's come back in the Ahsoka show.
Yes.
And in Kenobi.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, honestly, he would be ready to come back in some sort of like a live action Clone Wars series or something.
Yeah. I can definitely see that happening. Even though the Clone Wars has, what, 2 different animations?
Yeah.
Two different shows?
Yes. So but there's the one that's kind of anime style.
Mm-hmm. And then one that's all CGI.
Yeah. And they do some... That's a great show. When the last season they went back and did...
Yeah.
Where Dave Filoni got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It leads perfectly right into episode
3. Nice.
Yeah. And it shows Yoda... It's revealed to Yoda how it's going to go down. And he's like... So I can't do anything about this. And they're like...
No, the universe would be too much in an uproar for it.
Yeah. But I mean, he's like, I need a contingency.
Mm-hmm.
Because he doesn't know the specifics. He just knows there's a dude named Vader coming.
Right. Not knowing who it is, what's going to happen. And I do like the idea that with the later series, with, like I said, Mandalorian, The Book of Boba, Ahsoka, there are other Jedis out there.
Mm-hmm.
What I do love is the Star Wars Vision TV show.
Yes. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
So Star Wars Visions, there are different art studios that take different stories from Star Wars and create them in different art styles. So there's an anime one, there's a stop motion one, there's even one that's kind of looks like a Wallace and Grimace.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they're not part of the Skywalker saga at all. They are their own entities.
Okay.
Like for the first season, there's a set of twins that were raised to be Sith. They have, the red lightsabers. They're part of the battalion.
Yeah.
But the brother moonlights as a off-brand Jedi in a sense. Like he goes back through whatever planet they conquer. He goes through and sets the people free. Well, eventually the sister finds out, and they have this big climactic battle that results in the brother fully accepting his role as a Jedi.
Okay.
And then there's another one, which is one of the more popular ones, The Last Ronin. And it's done in a black and white Last Samurai type of deal.
Yeah.
Where there is a lone samurai whose
name is Michelangelo.
No, I wish. He stumbled across his village after his ship goes down.
Mm-hmm.
And this ship, at the time, is being pressed for taxes from the, not the Alliance, but the
CIS, the Confederacy of Independent Systems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they have a Sith leader with them. Not pressing. He's like, "Hey, back off. We're not gonna do this to these people." And so they get into this big climactic fight, and it's so done well. The fighting, the choreography of it all, and you come to find out after the samurai wins, he opens his kimono, and you see a collection of red kyber crystals, and you find out that he used to be a Sith Lord.
Oh.
Yeah. And he's since then renounced his role as it, and now he wanders the galaxy, as a Ronin, an individual without a master.
That's wild.
Yeah. The coolest thing was his lightsaber. So he has a bow staff as a lightsaber, but it acts as an umbrella. Whenever he attaches the umbrella to the staff, the off the branches come different
Different blades?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, it's really good. And they're maybe 10, 15 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
But again, they all take different points in time of Star Wars, because for anybody who knows Star Wars, they think of Jedi, Darth Vader, Skywalker, whatever it may be. These are tales that happen throughout the galaxy. So it's not just keen to this one story. It's all over the place.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I did want to say.
Yeah.
So when the conductor come out last night at the concert, the orchestra's playing the music live.
Yeah.
As the movie's going. He tells everyone, "I want you to clap and cheer and applaud when your favorite character comes on screen.
Yeah.
And I want you to boo when Darth Vader comes on screen." So, it starts, your first character is Darth Vader, because they start shooting. The stormtroopers are taking off, and it's boo, and you know who got the biggest applause?
Who?
Boba Fett. Dude's on screen for 15 seconds, and it was just. But it was so cool. Obi-Wan, Luke, Leia, Han. I mean, they got their applauses.
Yeah.
And I couldn't help it, but again, first note, just bum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-ba-bum, ba-da. Just tears. And and seeing Carrie Fisher now as Princess Leia, she's the people's princess.
Yes.
She's gone.
Yeah.
And just seeing her as a young, vibrant Carrie Fisher, it got me. And you just see the dynamic between you pay attention to the dynamic between her and Han.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just they're falling in love right there. They're bickering. It's like, I'm only telling you this because I care about you, princess. That's the subtext of it. And we stood for 15 minutes applauding after the movie. And it just 1,800 people, sold out crowd.
Yeah.
And just to have that collective experience. Like, remember when we went to that concert last year?
Mm-hmm.
And we had that just cool collective experience. There was like 25 people in the room.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just so surreal. And you just like, I've seen this movie 20 times.
Mm-hmm.
And so then you also, like, I was talking with Dad after. Lucas got turned down so many times. I mean, it was Steven Spielberg going, "Dude, if you believe in it, make it.
Yeah.
Do it." He said, "I'm going to do this for 100,000 or whatever, and I'm just going to do it."
Mm-hmm.
Win, lose, or show. James Earl Jones didn't want his name attached to it until it started making money.
And that's the voice of Vader, correct?
Yeah, that's the voice of Darth Vader. And just, if that didn't make you believe in yourself, in doing your dreams, I don't know what will. Like, that's why I seriously applaud you doing the podcast. You are my George Lucas.
Oh, shucks.
I mean, like, all it took was one friend believing him. Steven Spielberg going, "Do it. I double dare you." And it's become this, that's the birth of a franchise that has just affected me from day one.
Just thinking about how Star Wars like affects time and everything. Going back to like superheroes for a hot second, the TV show Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
There was an episode where George Lucas. Oh, sorry. Let me backtrack. Legends of Tomorrow is a DC super team that go back in time and fix time anomalies.
Yep.
And one of the anomalies was, what if George Lucas never created Star Wars? And when that happened, in this anomaly that happened, like 3 of their members did not have their powers. They ceased to exist as that version of themselves because they were inspired by Star Wars.
Yeah.
Superheroes.
Yeah.
Inspired by one person making a space opera.
Yeah.
That's insane to me.
Yeah. We all want to be Luke Skywalker. Just an average, ordinary kid, and you stumble upon the adventure of a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
We all want that. We all want to be Han Solo. This pirate space, this space pirate that just takes adventure whenever it comes.
Yeah.
Who, just we all crave that adventure. And when George Lucas just created that, and when you have Han who's just like, I got paid, kid, see ya. Yeah. And he's that every kid that's like, hold on, man. No, the right thing to do is to stay here and help us fight this. And he's like, that's your fight.
Yeah.
And then he comes back and he does the right thing.
Yeah.
That's who we all want to be. Star Wars is one of the, it's a masterpiece. And I'm sorry for anybody that's like, it's so predictable. I don't care. I love,
No, and
Superman's predictable. I love it.
Yeah.
Because we all want to be Superman. We all want to be these characters who do the right thing, who do what they're supposed to do and get the adventure. Yeah.
I like to think that based from the movies, and I would say within the last 5 years, we have gotten 10 years. We've gotten characters that aren't Jedi.
Yeah.
We've gotten characters that, are regular made individuals that hold so much power in their hands. And it's their main, like the Mandalorian.
Yep.
Main thing he does, bounty hunter. Collecting warm or collecting cold. I got it.
Yep.
And for him to take a journey, just not a failed mission, but a mission where he has to collect this 50-year-old child and turn him in, just to realize, if I turn him in, he's going to die, and he cares.
Right.
And from that one small moment, changed his life completely. Yeah. And he's the best space dad there is.
He is. He is the space dad we all
and
deserve.
He doesn't have the Force. He doesn't have a lightsaber. He's just a regular guy.
Yeah. And to have, like, Darth Maul is a sympathetic character now.
Yeah.
Boba Fett, sympathetic character now. Yes. We all love Boba Fett. Oh my God. Like, his ship was called Slave One.
Yeah.
Like, this dude had like 8 words in the second movie.
Yeah, again, ate by a sand coochie.
Yeah. Yeah. And
for him to
Tamara Morrison, God bless him. He's made so much money off Star Wars. And he's Aquaman's dad too.
Yeah.
Like, it just, the way that Star Wars has gone, it's beautiful. It's just astounding. It chase your dreams. Chase your damn dreams. You only go around once. Chase your dreams, and just, yeah. But it was, and at the concert, there were people of all ages. We sat next to an 80-year-old couple.
Yeah.
We sat next to a 40-year-old couple. And there were kids. And it was just a collective experience that it gives you an appreciation. Like I told my dad, I said it even gives you an appreciation for the after credits.
Right.
Like watching the credits roll, and they're still. Like it just, it, yeah. Like, what a time to be alive. I am grateful for the content. And they just put the new trilogy to shame.
Yeah, I'm not going to bash on the new trilogy.
Ready when you are.
I know you are. You're locked and loaded. I'm not. Obviously, I'm not
had one too many bad rants on here.
Yeah. No. I'm not a huge Star Wars buff like Matt is, but I can appreciate what it is and what it's done, and even watching the new trilogy. There are some things that are wrong with it, but there are a few things I do like about it.
Yeah.
Just, like again, creative differences between the 7 and 9 film. I believe the 8 film had a different director, and they changed up a whole bunch.
Yeah.
And so the director from 7 came back for 9 and had to try to salvage what that person's done. So it threw it off quite a bit, but watching it with no bad intentions, no real expectations for it.
Yeah.
I believe it's fun.
Yeah.
It is a fun film.
That's fine. Yeah.
But I can appreciate the going back in between 4, 5, 6, and 7, and making these new stories, like the Mandalorian. Mandalorians do exist in the Star Wars mythos, but the only one that we knew of was Boba Fett, or is it Jango? Jango Fett.
Jango was first, yeah.
But even then, though, we don't know like the mythos unless you read the books, the comics, all those.
Yeah.
So for the Mandalorian to come in and take place in between, what, 4 and 5, or no? I'm sorry.
Mando
6 and 7.
Mando is after 6.
Yeah. So understanding this long forgotten tribe and their code, it's new. It's new content. It's exploring. And even with the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, following his path in between 3 and 4, and then Ahsoka, which is a character that was made up for the Clone Wars TV show, cartoon TV show, and her becoming live action and following her path into becoming a rogue Jedi.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Which based off that, the gray Jedi, the myth of an individual that holds both dark and light powers.
That has true adherence to the Force, not just their opinion, not their schemes or agendas. Yeah.
So for all these characters, for someone like me, who again not a huge Star Wars fan but can respect the craft, and relating to these, I guess, anti-hero-esque characters, I applaud it every day. Yeah. Those are characters that I want to be. I don't want to be stuck in the realm of, I am a good guy, here's my blue, here's my green lightsaber, I can only do this. Or stuck on the dark side of having just my one red lightsaber, and I can, I have to be shrouded in darkness and just consumed with hate. The in-between characters, that the anti-heroes of the Star Wars universe, those are ones that I can relate to and agree with.
They're more real. They walk in that gray area of life. Like, good people do bad things, bad people do good things. Like, yeah. I mean, that's why characters like Deadpool, Venom, Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Trying to think of DC anti-heroes. He looks at my book collection like he looks at the posters and the
someone has to point
and
out
the pops and
I would say Batman's kind of an anti-hero, but
Bane.
Bane
Bane becomes an anti-hero.
Harley Quinn.
Yeah. Yeah, the Suicide Squad, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Task Force X.
Yeah, Task Force X, and sorry, that's fun. Yeah, there's a reason those have become more popular. Is that it's more real. It's more, you know. Rorschach too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, we need to send him to jail. Actually, if you send him to the graveyard, he won't do it again. Ooh, sidebar. Would you count Lobo as an anti-hero?
I think I count him as a. I don't think he's a hero per se. He's a bounty hunter. He does what he wants. Jason Todd.
Anti-hero, most
Prime.
definitely.
Prime
Yeah. And that's a character that just to get voted off, and then comes back as one of the most just killer characters, most radical, fun characters.
Yeah.
Like him and Damian Wayne,
Mm-hmm.
their dynamic is just mwah. Like he said, like there's one panel. He looks at Jason. He's like, "I'm a wanted man, Jason." He's like, "You're barely a wanted child." Like, damn, yeah. Guess we've both been to the gates of hell, huh? Like,
I was born in it, molded in it.
I was born in it. I was molded by it. By the time I saw the light, I was already a man. And by then, it was blinding. That's your crappy Bane impression for the day.
Thank you, Tom Hardy.
Ah, yes.
Hell yeah, I like it.
Tom Hardy could be Voldemort.
Tom Hardy can do a lot of shit. The boy who lived.
Tom Hardy could be me and you right now. Would we even know? I didn't know if we were going to reach each other's faces.
Let me pull off the Scooby-Doo mask.
Yeah. Like Mission Impossible. And it's not a Mission Impossible movie if somebody's not ripping off a face mask.
God, the prosthetics on that is insane.
Yeah. Let's see. What else is on our agenda? Atom Project, Doomsday, and Fantastic Four. That's what I got. What do you got?
Same thing you got. Do you want to get into it? It's already been 2 hours. It's up to you.
What are you feeling?
I'm down forever, but it's almost 8 o'clock. And one of us has to be up early to work.
Yeah, it's okay, Dad.
Oh, dude, that's my line.
Sorry.
Don't shrug your shoulders at me, mister.
Sorry.
All right, guys. So we're going to call it for this episode of Comfy Husbandos, my Rogue One episode.
Yeah.
Matt, anything to say to people before you disappear?
No, just grateful to be on. It's only going to get better from here. This is your Star Wars, man. Do it. I'm your Steven Spielberg.
I'm your George Lucas.
There we go. As we always say, light as gators.
Good night, gorgeous.